AFTV, Lee, awful performance. I see you've kind of come out even a little bit late, right? I know that you probably was just there pondering what went wrong today.
What went wrong? Well, everything. You know, like I look at that performance today, and you've got to ask questions all around. Like, you know, it's not the first time at home. When it matters, I go on and I mention the games. Newcastle this season at home, Manchester United at home, today at home, last season Villa at home, Bayern Munich
this
at
season
home.
Villa.
Yeah, Villa this season and last season at home.
Right,
when it matters and the pressure's on, this team does not perform. And the reason it doesn't perform, well, there are times when it happens is because there's a formula out there of defend deep, and we have not got a clue how to break it down. And I don't care what anybody says, walking football for 45 minutes isn't going to help. You've got to be quick. It costs you an half. Shocking. Shocking. And I'm going to say now, I'm not at the point where I think that Mikel should go. I'm not at that point. But after watching that today, I am honestly going to say that I don't think we'll win anything with him as manager if he keeps going down the same route and philosophy. And that is playing without a fucking striker.
Well, there is no striker, is there?
Well, there you go. So that's down to him. So next, if he does not go in the summer, and I'm not waiting for a player that I think is going to be good in 2 or 3 years' time, he has to go and get a player that's ready now to take us to the next level. Because if he does not get a striker to take us to the next level, I'm telling you that now, he ain't taking us to the next level, right? And then at the end of that's it now.
Is that all it comes down to today, though, a striker? I mean,
No.
we didn't create anything.
No, it's all down to him as well. His tactics and all that, we're all over it. He does not know how to beat teams that come in here and block. We played Man City last time, 5-1, right? Because they attack. They attack you and open you up, like, you know what I mean? Like, when teams come, like, Leicester opened up against Brentford yesterday. They get stuffed. Leicester don't come and attack against us. We struggle. We struggle. And the reason we struggle is because we haven't got players that can open up teams the front three. And I've got to say today, I'm a big fan of Martin Odegaard as a footballer. But he is so out of form, it is and he's there at the end of the game still playing. Why? Because we've got nothing else. Nothing else. So the squad building of this team has got to be looked at. You've got a 17-year-old kid limping off because of cramp. I think it was cramp. It looked like cramp. But at the end of the day, because you chose in January not to do nothing. And I don't care whether you look at that as from any point of view. I look at that from the manager to is let down. We pay a lot of money for our season ticket. Everybody here today's paid a lot of money to watch a game of football when you're seeing makeshift players try and win you a league. Try and win you a league. You had an opportunity to win this league at the beginning of January and at the end of January, and you as a club and Arteta as the manager, not as a coach, as the manager, chose to do nothing. And the reason now you've lost that game today is because in the January transfer window you've done absolutely nothing about it. And that is it. That is it. Not even a loan sign.
You think it's as simple as that?
Well, come on. What has he got to change it like today? Like he was cutting roast beef here with a spoon. There's nothing he could do. He's got the wrong tools to do what he's doing. You know, and you look at it, right? I'm not one of these fans that's saying we should be going and spending a 70, 80 million pound on a striker in January. I'm a realist. But you go and get something in on loan. Rashford was available, right? Or someone like that, like, you know, get him to help you out. He done nothing, right? And I'll tell you what, after what I've seen today, right, in January, I don't want to see a Sesko here. I don't want to see someone that's potentially going to be a good player. I want to see the fucking real deal here. Because what you've done this season, what you've done in January, is nothing but a disgrace, what you've done in January. You know what I mean? Arsenal Football Club, Robbie, whether you like it or not, and you can say all that, have spent more money to get into the Champions League than what we have to win it. I honestly thought we had a chance of winning this league, and that is why I'm upset. I am hurting at this moment in time because I look at Liverpool, they're not Manchester City of 2-3 seasons ago. They're a very good side, but they're vulnerable. Had a little shake and all that, like, they're laughing today. They're laughing
because it could have been literally back in Arsenal's hands, didn't it? If Arsenal would have won today, and say, you know, they slipped up tomorrow, it could have come down to that game at Anfield.
Nah, Rob.
Well, it's not now. It's not now.
Rob, look, get it right.
No, it could have been.
It would have come down to another home game here down the line.
Yep.
Down here on the line, you've got to look at the thing. I look at that. You tell me today, one player that has come out of that game well. One player. Right? Now, what worries me about that is that when there was pressure in a semi-final, a precious game in a semi-final of the Carabao Cup, like, not one player performed. Right? Today, a pressure game. Not one player performed. Man United in the FA Cup, not one player performed. It's not just the manager, it's these players as well. And I don't care what anybody says today, and it's not Mikel's fault, that defending for that goal is absolutely shocking. Shocking. The best defence in the world, or best defence in Europe, is it L? Because at the end of the day, when you're playing at home, there's a different defending to when you're away. This defending here is about in up here. You've got to be like thinking. It's not about lazy. Calafiori, lazy. Get across. Make it happen, not that. And then the three of them standing in there for Bowen to come and edit in from there. All three of them, Rice, disgrace. Gabriel, disgrace. When it matters, they did not defend properly. I can't believe what I see for that goal. Now, Mikel's going to look at that and go that. But then what you think yourself, and I think everybody in here, like, we've now got to score 2 goals.
Yep, that's the pressure you're under in these type of games.
What did I say 2 weeks ago? From now on, we have to defend properly. Clean sheet, get it in your head. George Graham, when we was playing over here, like, you know, was clean sheet. At least you got a chance of winning the game. We ain't going to win games for you. We ain't going to blast teams away. I look at it today. I don't know. You know, man of the match. Who was our player of the match today? I'm struggling. Probably Raya for that last bit of skill at the end. He showed more than a lot of them up there today.
More pace anyway than what I saw from a lot of them.
What have we got coming on? And I'll tell you what, we're 1-0 down. 15 minutes gone in the second one. We're bringing on Shinchenko, who's been playing left back all fucking season. Right, all season he's been playing left back. Never played in midfield. All of a sudden we're going for the title. We need a goal. I'll tell you what, I'll stick him up in a midfield role. Right, never done it all season. Again, like, where's that come from? Like, you know, who else come on? I can't even think.
Sterling.
Skelly comes on, right?
Gets sent off.
And gets sent off. Right, so he comes on, like. And then I'll tell you what, we bring on. Who do we bring on next?
Sterling.
What was it? Or was it Ben White?
Ben White, yeah.
So Ben White. So we're bringing on another fullback. Right, 5 minutes ago, we're bringing on a fullback.
That's what we got.
There you go. And that's in January. That's it. But in January, you've got people that are still trying to make excuses for the January. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's about the balance book. But I've never worried about a balance book in my life at a football club. Do you think they worry about my balance? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I pay a lot of money. Well, everybody here pays a lot of money, right? And I'm worried about that. And another thing, sending off, Stonewall sending off. No arguments. Why? Because Raya thinks he's playing centre-half. Right, and if he's on his goal line or in his box, it's you know, Saliba can get back. Because he's so far out, it isn't. And when, you know, you have to look at that and say it's a sending off. As soon as he'd done it, I said he's going for that. And when he put out the yellow card, I was surprised. But you know, the whole thing isn't good enough at home. It's been like this for 2 or 3 years under Mikel now. If you go back all the times that we played, you know, I'm gonna go back where draws when, like, Brighton, when we were going for the title. Do you remember two seasons ago, lose to Brighton?
Well.
And, at home, lost 3-0, done again. You know what I mean? West Ham today, like West Ham today, like, you know what I mean? Their tactics today was, I tell you what, we play block, and if we get something, we'll be all right, like, you know what I mean? Like, and we could be out there now, Rob. Could still be out there now. And like, I looked at it, there was a moment there when all three of them were standing there. One's got a computer, right? Mikel Arteta, what do you reckon? What we got to do? What we got to do? And I'm pretty sure the assistant manager said, what we got to do, Mikel, is pray, because we ain't got nothing else. We ain't got nothing on the bench. All we've got is to pray that something will happen for us. And it didn't today. And at the end of the day, this football club has let every single fan down from 5 weeks in January. And I'll tell you why. Because you can go on and on and on about it, like, you know. At the end of it, you had an opportunity to do something, like, you know, and you chose not to do anything. And since then, you've lost Havertz and you've lost Martinelli. And that's on top of that, you know. I'll be very, very surprised if Saka comes back now after that. And it's hard. How do you feel today?
I'm deflated.
Absolutely, like, deflated. Like, but do you know why? Do you know why I feel deflated? Because this football club, this manager, had the opportunity to win this league, and we have thrown it away because we didn't want to suspend or do anything in the transfer window, like, you know. And it will come back, and that's the thing that will bite me. It will hurt for a very, very long time, Rob. 2 years ago, when we lost Saliba and Tomiyasu, it was in February, March, and, you know, it's unlucky. It was unlucky. Today, and the reason I'm is because I honestly genuinely thought, maybe I'm a mug, maybe I am deluded and whatever. I honestly thought Arsenal still had a chance of winning this league.